Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jim Ireland, the director of the Honolulu Emergency Services Department, here to open up EMS Week with our leadership staff from EMS, our chiefs. And the theme for this year is We Care for Everyone. And it's a simple statement, but when you think about it, we really do. Whether you're on the sidewalk on King Street, up on one of the mountains in one of our valleys, on the beach, whether you're a lifelong resident, a visitor, member of our military, whether it's a medical issue, a car accident, we just do everything. We ask EMS, our paramedics, our EMTs, our dispatchers to take all comers, and we never say no. And they do this 24/7. About every 7 minutes or so, another 911 call comes in, and we ask them to do this very, very, very important work for our community. And just from my standpoint, I can't thank each and every one of them enough. We're having record-breaking call volume now that COVID is over. People are out enjoying themselves. We've got visitors back, and we're adding to the fleet and hiring as quickly as we can. We have great plans for expansion to support our teams, but just know that, again, they're working very, very hard, very professional. I get letters or calls from the community pretty much every week complimenting them on saving a loved one, delivering a baby, or even if they were unable to save someone, just the compassion that they provided to that family in their time of need. So again, thank you all for helping to celebrate the beginning of EMS Week, where we thank our EMS heroes for the work they do every day. I want to introduce EMS Acting Chief Zuckernick, who's going to say a few words.
Thank you, Dr. Ireland. I'm here to talk about Kevin Toomey, our recipient of the Year Award. There are a number of reasons why paramedic Kevin Toomey is so deserving of this prestigious recognition. Throughout his career, he's consistently demonstrated exceptional knowledge, skills, and intellectual prowess, even in the most difficult situations and complex cases. He has the leadership skills that have allowed his team to be effectively guided through the most difficult cases. He is also regarded as a preceptor and mentor that has laid the groundwork for a lifelong foundation of many of our EMTs and paramedics. His community impact is also substantial. He's worked in the public education system, whether at Kapiolani Community College, the Department of Education, or at Honolulu EMS, which is well documented and greatly appreciated. He has a strong work ethic, he's reliable, he has a consistent positive attitude, and he fosters a consistently positive work environment. Finally, since day one, Kevin has dedicated himself in providing high quality and compassionate care, regardless of the situation at hand. For these reasons, along with having an amazing wife and 2 young children, we are so proud to have Kevin on our team. Congratulations and aloha, Kevin. So thank you. So on behalf of Dr. Ireland, Deputy Director Santi, our entire EMS Ohana, Kevin is awarded this year's EMS Hero Award in recognition of your unwavering dedication to serving the island's sick and injured. Congratulations, Kevin.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. This is a huge honor to receive. I really appreciate it. There's a lot of paramedics and EMTs, districts, everybody that works together on our team of EMS that I feel like is very deserving of this as well. So I'd just like to accept this on everybody's behalf. Everybody works so hard. Every day that we go to work, we're thrust into countless situations where we need to make a difference. And what I try and focus on is just that it's going to be a positive difference for the people that we're contacting, not only for the medical care that we provide, but also treating them like people, giving them kindness, even just in the way that we communicate things with them. We're also, as EMS, part of a big team that works together. It's not just EMS standing alone. I know that it's EMS Week, and we deserve all the support that we can get, but I also want to say thank you very much to HPD, to HFD, to Ocean Safety, to the hospitals, together, we all work out these emergencies as best as we can. And just want to tell my family I love you guys very much. I'll see you guys at home. And thank you very much for this award. I appreciate it.
You know, I'm just going to tell you a quick story about Kevin. And I don't even know if I ever told Kevin this, but there was an accident nearby here, and it was a fatal accident. The patient didn't survive, and the car that was involved in the accident, I don't remember whose fault it was, what this whole story was, but that patient, the driver of the car, was very traumatized for this fatality in the other party, and I got word later that Kevin actually spent quite a bit of time because the patient was passed. There was nothing else we could do from EMS, but he talked to the driver of the car who hit the pedestrian and told him that, you know, how to cope and how to get help and how to deal with things like PTSD and things that happen after traumatic incidents. And the family was very appreciative of that, and they kind of contacted our office and let me know that just they appreciated his kind of going the extra mile. I mean, the patient had already passed. He could have just left the scene, but he stayed there and comforted the others involved and talked with them. And it's just that's the kind of guy he is. It's just going that extra step to make sure everybody's okay, not only physically and medically, but also emotionally. The other thing I really appreciate about Kevin is we had some operational challenges recently, and Kevin had some ideas, and he brought them directly to me, and I really appreciated that. And we had a chit chat, and we made things, I think, better, and we did some coverage changes, and I just really appreciate that too. That him and all our team are comfortable enough with the leadership here that if they have a good idea, if they have thoughts based on their experience and training and living EMS, how we can do a better job for them so they can do a better job for the community. That's always appreciated too. So well deserving, thank you. Now I'd like to bring up my boss, the mayor, Rick Blangiardi.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you to all of you guys for being here. Look, I have the distinction and the privilege of kicking off EMS Week, which was a tradition actually started by President Gerald Ford back in 1974, 51 years ago. But the fact of the matter is, and you heard Jim allude to it with respect to the frequency of the ambulance calls, and even though we do this, you know, the weekly recognitions, if you will, the fact of the matter is each and every day is EMS Day. You know, the fact that they respond to over 100,000 911 calls a year is amazing. And I can tell you, just the limited time I was on the road today, there were 2 different ambulances coming behind me where we pulled over. And if you stop and think what goes on in an ambulance at a time like that, and I've talked about this before, when you need an ambulance, whether you're the person who's going to be the person being put in the ambulance or the one calling for an ambulance, the moments are really tough. And a lot is on the line. And so I would ask people to think the next time they hear, because we hear sirens all the time of what's going on in the back of that truck, and try to save somebody's life or make sure that they get to a hospital in good condition where they could be treated properly. That kind of work, day in and day out, hour in and hour out, never knowing the severity or what's on the line or just how much of a crisis that represents, is incredible work. These men and women of our EMS department in this city deserve not only mine, but everybody's complete respect, because what they do is one of the most difficult jobs I could possibly imagine. So in that regard, then, I get the privilege of saying that as mayor, now I, Rick Blangiardi, mayor of the city and county of Honolulu, do hereby proclaim May 18th to the 24th, 2025, to be EMS, or Honolulu Emergency Medical Services Week, to recognize, honor, and extend our deep appreciation to our emergency medical partners for their professionalism, dedication, and life-saving service to the residents and visitors of the city and county of Honolulu. I would remind everybody, it's not just our local residents, it's our visitors who come here who want to feel safe, and they make sure that they are. So I don't have enough superlatives to use to describe the work that they do and the appreciation and the respect that all of us have for them. So without any further ado, I present this to Dr. Jim Ireland.